Now we're ready to learn about a quirky long-distance operator, the bishop. Bishops can move as far as their path is unblocked along the diagonal. So in this position, the bishop can move to any of these squares. The major drawback of a bishop is that it can only touch the squares in the color on which it travels. So a bishop that begins on dark squares can only touch the 32 dark squares on the chessboard. Of course, a bishop that begins on a light square can only touch the 32 light squares on the chessboard. So we call our bishops a dark squared bishop or a light squared bishop. So while a bishop can go very far with one move, it's relegated to only half the squares in the chessboard. This is why the bishop is worth only 3 pawns. In this type of position, the bishop can slice right through white's pawn structure, but it can never attack any of the white pawns because they're all in dark squares. So here you can see both the pros and the cons of a light square bishop. Like every other piece except for the pawn, the bishop captures the way it moves. It cannot jump over other pieces. And if a bishop is blocked in by its own pawns, it's considered a bad bishop. You always want to maximize the mobility of your chess pieces. Here, the white bishop is blocked in by its own pawns and can't do anything active. The black bishop, on the other hand, is free to roam and can attack the white pawns on dark squares. In this position, black is winning because he has the better bishop. Now let's take a moment to talk about quality in chess. We say that each piece has a numerical value. Bishops are worth 3 pawns, rooks are worth 5 pawns. But in fact, the values of pieces fluctuate with the board position, and it's important to learn about the principles which determine what makes a given kind of piece more or less powerful. It turns out, for instance, that bishops are much better in open games than in closed games. An open game, by the way, is when the central pawn structure is not blocked. In this position, the pawns are wide open, so the bishop can cut through the whole position. Here, on the other hand, the bishops are locked in by the pawns. Knights, on the other hand, while they're also worth roughly 3 pawns, are better in closed games. We'll learn about the knights soon, but for now just remember that knights are the only piece that can jump over other pieces. So in a closed game, a knight can leap into attack while other pieces are locked in. So if you have a bishop against a knight, you want to open up the game. With knowledge of these principles, as you'll be taught in this course, you'll be able to make long-term strategic decisions, even in your first weeks of play. Just to show you the power of centralization in chess, and also to show you the power of the bishop, take a look at this position. Here, white's 2 bishops on d5 and e5 cover all of these squares. But of course, notice that the white bishop alone only covers these, and the black bishop covers the rest. So, the power of 2 bishops is very important to understand. In chess, we refer to one side or another as having 2 bishops. So while a bishop is worth 3 pawns and a knight is worth 3 pawns, usually 2 bishops together are better than a bishop and a knight, because they complete each other. Let's try out some exercises. This we call monster bishop. Black to move and take all the white pieces